Good morning and thank you for joining us for State of Texas In Depth. I'm Josh Hinkle. This week, hundreds of laws passed during the legislative session will take effect. And these are laws that affect you, from policies that make it easier to own solar panels and to cash in on low-value gift cards, to simplifying the way people vote with mail-in ballots. Throughout the last 2 years, KXAN investigators have highlighted several flaws in state laws, and we're proud to say some of those laws were changed. Earlier this year, we first told you about a loophole in Texas law that allowed sex offenders to work in your home installing security alarm systems. Because of KXAN investigator Brian Collister's report, a change will happen next week statewide to ensure that won't happen again.
Hi, Thomas. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm Brian Collister with KXAN. How are you?
It was a tip from police who said they couldn't believe this man, Thomas Damron, was installing security alarm systems in homes across the Austin area.
We wanted to ask you how you can be installing home security alarms when you're a registered sex offender.
Damron and the company he worked for never warned customers he's a registered sex offender, pleading guilty to 3 counts of indecency with a 7-year-old girl in Williamson County in 1993.
Doesn't quite seem like the kind of job a registered sex offender would be doing. Could you talk to us for a minute about it?
During our investigation, we uncovered the current law allows applicants for a state license to install alarms or be a locksmith to work for up to 3 months while the Texas Department of Public Safety completes a background check before approving their license. Our investigation made its way to State Representative Tony Dale.
I think we're going to protect people.
Dale proposed a bill to close the loophole we exposed, and it becomes law on September 1st.
What it does is it prevents people from working as a private security licensee until they've got a complete background check that shows they're not a criminal.
Representative Dale's bill allows large companies to do their own background checks through DPS as long as it's available for inspection by the state. As for Thomas Damron, DPS denied his application to install security systems after we brought the case to their attention. Brian Collister, KXAN Investigates.
Online now at KXAN.com, search our database of sex offenders with occupational licenses, from plumbers to air conditioner repairmen. Do you know who's working in your home and it's illegal? Check out the investigative section of KXAN.com.
I'm just really grateful for your involvement and, doing the things that you did to help obviously bring this to fruition.
Brides-to-be, worry no more. A simple change around the corner is about to make your special day a lot easier. An update to a KXAN investigation coming up. But first, another big item to watch next week, the state's school finance trial. We speak one-on-one with Texas Education Commissioner Michael Williams for some inside perspective on district's financial concerns. Next on State of Texas In Depth. Welcome back to State of Texas In Depth. This Tuesday, a host of new laws will take effect, but also on Tuesday, attorneys for local schools and the state will take the debate over public education funding to the state Supreme Court. This week, our education reporter Aaron Cargile spoke with Texas Education Commissioner Michael Williams about the trial, new laws affecting schools, and a possible new job.
Talk about the excitement that surrounds this time of year for you.
Well, this is a really fun time and exciting time. And the beginnings are always fun. And I had a chance yesterday to visit school and see the kids coming and see the smiles on their faces and even the smiles on their parents' faces. And so this is a grand time to sort of begin the school year and get youngsters ready for the future.
The next step is coming for this school finance trial. What do we need to know about it?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's an awkward question for me since I'm the defendant in the lawsuit. But, there's sort of 3 major issues. One is, do we spend enough on schools? That which we spend, are we doing it in an equitable fashion? And do we have something that's tantamount to a statewide property tax? And the court will settle that out.
All right, the new grading system for schools is A through F for both districts and campuses. How quickly could we see that? We've been talking about it for a while.
Well, first of all, the legislature says it doesn't go into effect until the school year 2017-2018. But we're developing or looking at how to develop it now. And we're talking to stakeholders, whether they be superintendents or principals and teachers and business leaders and community leaders, to get a sense about how we ought to design it. A lot of people have different ideas about it, so there's going to be be a lot of robust conversation between now and when it's developed.
And then a little curveball for you. Some people think that you would be the most qualified to step in next if Ken Paxton were to ever step down as Attorney General. Have you thought about that at all?
First of all, there is no vacancy, and I'm not going to discuss anything where there is no vacancy, okay?
Straight ahead, here comes the bride, a little less stressed after a KXAN investigation and a change in state law when State of Texas In Depth returns. Welcome back to State of Texas In Depth, just in time for the fall wedding season. An update to a KXAN investigation about a law critics say is outdated, but soon a change for almost every bride, wedding party, and people hired to do their hair on the most special of days.
Time goes by so quickly the day of.
Last fall, we introduced you to Emmy Gibbons on her wedding day. But we didn't show you the faces of the stylists doing Emmy's hair on location at her Hill Country venue, because at the time, they were breaking a law decades old.
Now that it's legal, is all of us who were aware or were under investigation for doing hair on location can now do it without that concern.
Last year, hairstylist Deborah Lira felt the heat from the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, or TDLR.
I was investigated for, I want to say, 6 to 9 months. That included them going through my Facebook, among other things.
TDLR eventually cleared Lira, but investigated 10 other stylists over the last 2 years for breaking the law meant to ensure proper sanitation. But after our investigation, state lawmakers passed House Bill 104, allowing licensed stylists to do hair on location.
When it comes to convenience, what does this mean for brides?
Oh, this is a lot more convenient. It is so much easier for me to pack up a bag and go to where a bride's at and do her wedding party without her stressing about trying to get into a salon.
So what is the impact of this law?
It's huge on the state of Texas and the Hill Country in particular. The economic impact is giant for hairstylists and for everyone.
In fact, the Texas Hill Country is the second most popular destination wedding location in the country. 40,000 couples got married in Travis, Hays, and Williamson counties in 2013.
Fall wedding season will be in full swing. They're already booking, and I'm very excited to be able to tell them, yes, I can come on location.
That was Shannon Wolfson reporting. The stylist in her story says she's already booked her first legal wedding. Again, the update goes into effect Tuesday, but she said others should know there are still some official steps to be taken before stylists can truly work legally on location. The rules and regulations should be approved around mid-October. Thank you again for joining State of Texas In Depth. Remember, you can join us every Sunday morning in the 8:30 half hour for a broader look at Texas politics. Stay tuned for Meet the Press coming up at 9. I'm Josh Hinkle. Have a great day.